Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today I'm going to be, bringing you all a predetermined rant, or a organized rant, you can say. And this is what a lot of content creators do. They might do all of them, they might do some of them, they might do one of these things, or they might be learning from them and trying not to do these things. But I have messed up on stuff like this. This is things that other people mess up on, and these are things that if you are a content creator, if you are making videos on YouTube, it really doesn't matter what you do unless you have to do something specific to this right here. These are things that should be corrected in videos. So I'm not going to be talking really about, clickbaity videos or scamming videos or anything like that, because that's its own type of thing, but this is about the actual video itself and the quality of it. And these are really in no particular order, so you all can judge what you all want to. But the first thing I want to talk about, when you're watching a video and there's some really good music in the background or the intro or outro or whatever it is, so you say, oh, I'm sure they're going to list what music is being used. It's shown nowhere in the video, it's mentioned nowhere in the video, so what do? You look in the description, and it's not there. And sometimes you might even look in the credits, not the credits, excuse me, the actual comments, and it's not mentioned in the comments either. That is something that needs to be done. As somebody who really likes music, I find a lot of my music through YouTube as well, through other videos, people like that, and that's why I use a lot of music in my videos as well. There's some I don't, some I do, but I'll use it when necessary, and when I do, I like to use music to entertain, enhance the video, but at the same time, help out these artists no matter how big or small they are. And one big thing is, if you have some really great music in your video and you're not making any mention of the song name, the artist, basic, very basic, the most basic thing you can do is put the artist name and the song name. Anything else is a bonus because you can find anything after that, but that is just something that really irks me. Not only you are depriving the artist of, gaining new fans specifically through that, but I can't get that song, on my phone, download it, anything like that. I can't support them in any way. Maybe I want the song, and that happens quite a bit. That is why I make a point of at least crediting the artist for music that I use in the description and at the back of my video, and if I don't have an outro, I normally put a type of overlay over the video itself at one point. Another thing would be completely stealing footage. Now, if a video is not yours, at least, credit the users, whatever it is, and if the user doesn't want their video used, please respect that. But when you're stealing a video, and the worst is really when you just download a video and re-upload it, or you re-upload it to your channel and you barely make any changes, like, let's say, one of my friends on here makes a video, and then I don't ask for their permission or anything, but I download it. All I do is change the background music. Aside from that, it's the exact same thing. Re-upload it, try and pass it as my own. That's not cool. No matter what it is, that is not cool. Unless, it is meant with the intent to do things like that, like mirroring is okay, or, that video is passed around in any way, but just flat out stealing it, not cool. Another thing, mumbling. Do not mumble, especially if you're doing a commentary, a tutorial, anything like that. Now, this is something that I have done before, and it takes a lot of practice, but just don't be mumbling like this. Don't try and do anything like that, just don't mumble. You need to actually raise your voice. And coming right off of that, using unbalanced audio, this is just insanely annoying because I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with this, where you'll go to someone's channel and they have a really loud intro, and then their video is just like, it just sounds like this, like it's just really quiet and all that, and they don't try and amplify the audio or speak up. And then the outro music is really loud, so you have to turn your volume up and down constantly. That is not enjoyable to listen to at all. Now, when it comes to visuals, two things. One of them, using 4:3 letterbox for a video instead of 16:9 or anything similar that would be widescreen. Listen, it's 2015, widescreen is a standard, use it to your advantage. We like widescreen, YouTube has adapted for widescreen, HD is designed for widescreen. The only exception I have to this is if it's something that doesn't require it. For example, if you're playing retro classic games that are just played natively in letterbox mode, and you either don't want to stretch them out to 16:9 by widescreen, or they don't look good widescreen, because some games do look quite good in widescreen if you stretch them out, but others don't. just keep it there, it's fine. But for example, if you're filming a tutorial for either, you know, your console, you're recording your console, a new console, or you're recording your computer screen or anything like that, and your video is letterbox instead of widescreen, that is not attractive, that is not a good looking video. And when it comes to video as well, a low quality video itself. If I come to your video and it's grainy, or it's really pixelated or anything like that, that doesn't look good. That's not pleasurable to watch at all. And I'm sure other people have, you know, experienced this too. Now, I myself, I render out at pretty high quality. I understand not everyone has either the technology or, you know, the internet infrastructure to render out at those high quality bit rates and everything, because it does take up quite a lot of time and space and resources and all that. But you can still render out at a lower bitrate, but high enough to the point where it won't be super pixelated. And it doesn't have to look grainy or anything like that. Like, if I'm looking at a tutorial as well, I don't want the damn thing to look like Silent Hill 2 running on a PlayStation 2 in composite mode. No, it needs to at least look somewhat decent. No graininess, and try and avoid the pixelation. And I know it's hard because of YouTube's compression algorithm, but it's possible. A little bit of pixelation is fine, but if it's so pixelated to the point where I can't see anything, that's bad. Now, I have those 6 items crossed off my checklist, but there are a few things that are honorable mention. I mean, there are worse things than this, some that I just mentioned. There's going to be a lot that people recommend that are on this list, but these are some things that I thought would be beneficial to add on here, so they get honorable mention. And number 1 is a low bitrate on audio or video. As I just said, sometimes it cannot be avoided if you don't have, you know, a very good computer to render out with, or anything like that, but even audio as well. If you have like a really cheap mic and you can just hear that pixelation, like I know that's not even the word, it's like the distortion, the graininess, all that other stuff, it just sounds very artifacty, but it's like it's so bad where it's like the audio quality is so bad that you can see pixelation. Like, that's the best way you can explain it. I know several people here have encountered this before, but rendering out at extremely low bit rates or recording at extremely low bit rates, not cool. But I understand there are times where it might have to be done, or you might not be able to help it. A second thing relating to audio is breathing hard. Now, yes, everyone has to breathe. Everyone likes air. Everyone needs it. Everyone needs oxygen. They need to breathe in and they need to breathe out. But it is not very nice to listen to somebody just breathing super hard into their microphone while they're talking. Now, yes, sometimes it can be avoided. Like, for example, I am a heavy breather. Like, I breathe a little heavier than some of my other friends, and that is mostly because of an issue with my nose where, in case some people do or don't know, the separator in my nose is actually crooked. So because of that, just naturally, I breathe a little bit harder than other people. But there's reasons for doing it, of course, but that's why I try and back away from the mic a little bit. You can breathe heavy and just, you know, step away from the mic. I think even Tazon Day, that's it, when he did his Chocolate Rain video, there's even one point where he shows himself like looking away from the mic, and it even has like a little annotation in there that says, you know, I step away from the mic to breathe. Be Tazon Day, just do that. And the last thing, as I said at the beginning of this video, this wasn't really specifically about this in particular, but it does get an honorable mention. Misleading titles, misleading thumbnails, clickbait type stuff. If a video says how to do blah blah blah, I want to go to that video and learn how to do it by the end of it. It better not be something else. And there are other people that, you know, one of the big things that really plagued YouTube years ago was, for example, when somebody would show something like, you know, super awesome gaming setup 2012, and they had, you know, a really hot chick in the thumbnail with a controller, like she might have been like licking the controller or something and wearing like a really low cut shirt and all that, so you could see her cleavage and everything. You watch the video and it's just some regular dude, you know, recording his setup, you know, probably with like a really shaky hand and everything with his camera. Stuff like that is really annoying. And it's not just if it's like a girl in the thumbnail or something like that. No, it's just misleading stuff in particular, clickbaity type stuff. That gets annoying as well. And I try and avoid that at all costs as well, just because, you know, you click it, you're giving them a view, all that. Best to just not support it. Anyways, it's Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you have anything you would like to add to this list, drop it down below in the comments section.